Okay, moving on to the fourth mistake. Ignoring customer experiences. Oh my gosh. This is like the worst thing any brand or organization can do. Even if you're a freelancer, right? Never ignore the CX, right? Your customer experience, your customer journey, because your customer, although they might not always be right, but they are your rice bowl. Okay, so mapping your customer journey. The entire experience of a customer, right? It always starts from initial awareness, whether is it EDM they receive or even a Google banner ad that they see while scrolling the internet. That is the first touch point, right? All the way through intent and then final purchase. So this is your customer journey, right? It involves really a lot of interactions and all the way from using your product or service. You guys would probably know this better than me, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you know about all the different touch points. How do you optimize every interaction, right? To maximize your engagement with them. Without knowing all touch points, you might not be aware that your company is dropping the ball, right? Whether is it a bowling ball, tennis ball, squash ball, just dropping balls, lah. So the need and desires of customers are very, very different at each point in the CX or the customer journey, right? By knowing about every single touch point, you can create, plan, systemize, even process and the procedures to meet the needs of the customer throughout the journey with you. Which to me, right, in CVP Group, it has always been the number one thing in everything that we do. Would we want to treat our customer the way we treat our colleagues or the way we treat ourselves? If the answer is no, then, don't do it, lah.
Yeah.
So ask yourself why you're making one in the first place, right? Making a decision. What goals are you directing this map towards? Who is it specifically about? And what experience is it based upon?
Right.
Okay? So, this actually encourages everyone to create a buyer persona, all right? Buyer persona is also another word for target audience, target market, whatnot. But then buyer personas are very, very specific, which means that you think you literally envision the person you have in mind. Like maybe your customer, your ideal customer is someone who looks like me, white hair because of stress, and then wearing a company tee using Dr. Dre beats. Or your customer could be someone like Shash, big glasses, kind of, in the know, on the go, very hip and very pretty. Shout out to Shash. Envision a physical buyer persona or target audience.
Right.
Because you see, right, this fictitious person will really shape everything, your comms and everything, your marketing collaterals, your tone of voice, everything that you do in terms of the demographics, psychographics, because they represent your average customer.
You're basically putting yourself in their shoes.
Yes. Putting yourself in their shoes. Go and buy a pair of Vans and then be like, if you're a brand that, targets the cool skater people, go and buy Vans. Yeah, no, I'm just joking. But really, another exercise could be you draw your buyer persona.
Right.
Because when you commit physically to something, it's same with writing notes. When you physically commit to something, you kind of have it ingrained deeper as opposed to just thinking about it. Another good exercise would be to have a vision board, stick a pin in it, target market and all that kind of stuff. So basically ask directions, ask the right questions, filter prospects from shoppers, okay? Shoppers are people who are just browsing. Prospects are the people you want to get as your lifelong fans. So, okay, quite a long list. Basically, ask yourself these questions. How did you hear about a company? What attracted you? What were your goals? Have you made a purchase with us before? Have you ever interacted, gone to our website? On a scale of 1 to 10, how is it easy to navigate our website? How is it easy to contact us? Is there any further way we can support to make your decision-making process easier? These are actually the questions that myself and my team, we always use whenever interacting with a client. A good tip, whenever a client like sends a brief or an inquiry, one thing you always ask is, what can I do to make your decision-making process easier?
Right.
Because whenever I say that, they'll be like, oh my God, this guy really has my well-being or intentions,
Right.
And it almost feels like he really wants me to succeed in this campaign or whatnot.
Yeah.
It is a very NLP psychological thing, but it has worked very well in our case. And then when they respond, like, oh, you know what? Really, it boils down to budget and what my superiors think of it.
Right.
Then your follow-up question is to answer or ask them about that decision-making process that will make it easier. So how much will it be, right, presented to you that you can make a decision today, COB or end of or EOD, end of day, and then maybe they'll give you XXX amount. Then you'll be like, you know what? I can provide that to you today. Will you be willing to, move and further this decision-making process faster? Which is, just a tip lah. Okay, halfway through, but we're not even halfway through the slides. Oh my God. I'm doing my best, Shash.
Don't say it, it's fine.
I'm really sweating. Oh my God. Okay. So understanding your touch points is a tool that can help you understand and the ease of the objective of your customer journey, right? It is a very, very important step. It gives you insight on what actions your customers are performing. Okay? Now, these are some touch points: paid adverts, social channels, email marketing, third-party sites. Okay? These, right, are examples that show that your website is not just your only touch point. Okay, you need to look at the ways in which customers might come across you online. Okay, this might include the 4 things that I just said. So whittle your list down to those touch points that are most relevant to your business and the most common. So that will be ways that you'll be likely to see an action associated with it.
Right.
Okay, so the whole exercise of mapping out the customer journey really remains hypothetical until you try it out yourself. So you will never know unless you do, and you will never do unless you know. Does it sound right? No, that doesn't sound right. Okay, let's just void that.
Let's keep moving on.
Moving on. So you need to analyze the results so that you can show where customers are being unmet, By approaching this, you can also ensure that you're providing a valuable experience and making it clear that people can find a solution to their problems with your company's help.